Happy Friday, Redeemer. It's August 2nd. I'm Pastor John Hartmann. Welcome to the wonderful world of social interaction. It's really a golden age, isn't it? There's more ways of communicating with other people than there ever has been before. Many of us live in communities where our neighbor lives only 10 yards away. All we have to do is shout across the backyard to them. And if we want to go see friends or neighbors or family that are farther away, well, then we can jump into our car. More cars available today, more roads, more paved roads for us to travel on. And if somebody lives too far away, there's plenty of planes and flights and cities that we can fly to these days. And of course, if we can't see someone face to face, then we have what I'm using right now as a cell phone. We can interact with others over the airwaves, over the internet. Isn't it a wonderful invention? How we can talk to people, send messages to people, send emails, send photographs to people around the world. Like I say, there's more ways of communicating with people nowadays than there ever has been in the history of this world. And yet, perhaps that's why it's so surprising, at least surprising to me, when I hear reports that loneliness is a problem in our society. According to some studies, I hear that 30% of Americans were lonely at some point in time during this last week. In fact, the Center for Disease Control defines loneliness as the feeling of being all alone. And yet we know that there's people around us all the time. Even as Christians, sometimes we can feel all alone, as if no one understands us, as if no one cares. There's no one to help. We're all by ourselves with our fears and frustrations, and there's no place that we can go to. And yet we know that as Christians, we have a God in heaven, a God who's with us all the time, who's willing to help, who cares, and provide for us. A Father in heaven who loves us so much that he sent his one and only Son for us. He's with us all the time. We never have to feel like we're on our own and all alone. More of that in a minute. In news this week, it's time to gear up for school again. Our 2024-2025 school year begins this coming Wednesday, and everyone, you included, are invited to attend our opening chapel this coming Wednesday morning at 8:40. Not only are you invited this week, but during the school year as well. And if you can't attend in person, you can always watch online. And speaking of education, our Bible 401 class will begin again on August 28th. The topic of study this time around is the book of Isaiah. If you're already a 401 student, you probably already received an email with the PDF files for your homework sheets and your link to watch online if you can't attend in person. If you aren't a 401 student already, please call the church office and ask to be added to the mailing list. Yep, certainly indeed, there are times when we feel all alone. And even though God has given us a meaningful ministry as Christians that we've been hearing about in the last 4 weeks, where God warns us that even as we go and shed his word and do his will, there are times when we will feel and be rejected. Also, we might feel inadequate for the job that God has given us to do, even though we have his authority. We might feel burdened as we try to shepherd and take care of others and share the blessings that he's given us to us with others. But this week we're reminded that our God is always with us. In fact, in the book of Hebrews, he tells us, "Never will I leave you, never will I forsake you." And even though at times we may wonder where our God is, why he doesn't answer our prayers the way we want him to, or why he doesn't give success to our mission or our ministry that we carry out, yet he reminds us that he is always with us. And we're going to see that again this coming Sunday. In our readings, in our devotion, we will be reminded with examples from the Bible of how God cares for his people day after day because he's with us and cares for us. So I hope you can join us this coming Sunday as we once again hear about his love for us. He always cares. He's always present. He's always forgiving. He's always with us. I'm Pastor John Hartmann, and this is your Ministry Minute.